Hi, welcome to Arts Alive again. I'm your host, Walt Haight. Now it's spring in McMinnville, and if it's spring in McMinnville, you know we're going to be talking about the UFO Festival, which happens every spring. And if we're talking about the UFO Festival, well, you can't talk about that without talking about the Sci-Fi Short Film Festival that goes hand in hand with the UFO Festival. And with me today is one of the principal coordinators of the Sci-Fi Short Film Festival, Martin Solano. Welcome to the show, Martin.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. Well, before we get into the film festival, tell us a little bit about yourself and some of the other activities perhaps that dovetail into the film festival.
Right. Again, I'm Martin, and I'm with the local video store here in beautiful Yamhill County. We love to contribute to the community. We love to promote other fun events or activities that go on, such as the Jazz Festival that just happened on 3rd Street a few days back. That was a lot of fun with Mac High School and Red. We also had Western Oregon University come out. We also sponsor the stand-up comedy shows that run all over. There's been some great shows here in the 3rd Street Pizza Moonlight Theater. Whenever it's fun and unusual, we put the posters up in our store. We let folks know other events or entertainment that goes on in this beautiful town. And the Sci-Fi Film Festival is a huge part of that for us.
Well, tell me a little bit about the history of this Sci-Fi Film Festival.
Yeah, Dan and Nancy came into my store.
Dan and Nancy Morrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so the other video store, and they were had their hands full with the short film festival, and then the sci-fi film, or excuse me, at the time was called the UFO Film Contest. Asked if we wanted to kind of take it over. I thought, what a great opportunity. So we kind of took that on. We were running with that for a few years, and we changed the name to the Sci-Fi Short Film Festival to gain a different variety of other entries and such. And that helped tremendously. The last few years, we jumped on with Film Freeway, and that allowed us to get entries from literally all over the world. And that's been great. It has its pros and cons. We do have specific guidelines for our film festival. We want it to be family friendly. We want it to be, something you can come in and out of. There's a lot of things going on during the festival. So it's nice to get out of the sun or sometimes get out of the rain. Come sit down and watch some shorts. It costs nothing. It's open to the public. And we want to kind of keep it that feel of open invitation.
So just to clarify, we're talking original films, not past films like House of Frankenstein or A Bucket of Blood or something like that. We're talking submittals by filmmakers, so most are probably pretty new. Correct?
Yes, every year we get hundreds of entries. This year we started with about 600 plus, and we've dwindled it down to just under 100, I believe, right now.
Wow.
So we're kind of deciding on how long our festival is going to be to fit it in with the schedule of 3rd Street Pizza's showings as well. Once we have that buttoned down, you'll be able to check out when your available time will become to see the short films. And that will be on our posters. You can see the URL code on there.
So basically people will be able to access, by accessing the code, they'll find out eventually they'll find out the times where these films are going to be shown.
Yes, exactly.
At the film festival.
Yeah.
And again, it's on May 13th and 14th, both May 13th and 14th?
Correct, 13th and 14th. We're abducting the theater for the weekend.
Excellent, excellent. And again, at the Moonlight Theater, which is part of the Third Street Pizza.
Yeah, tucked in the pizza parlor, there's a little movie theater, the Moonlight Theater. And yeah, short films, 15 minutes or less. Some are 2 minutes, some are 7 minutes. Or you can stay and watch the whole show beginning to end, and we'll let you know on that site when you can view them.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. Tell me a little bit about, I'm curious about some, do you remember some of the more notable past entries?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me about it.
There was one shot inside the other, the other video store, had some great, memorable videos submitted, or other local entertainers. It's fun to see them come rent movies in my store and then see them on the big screen later on a project that they worked on. And it's all about bringing your entertainment or your art on the big screen to the forefront. It's huge. It's really big. It seems so small and minuscule, but putting together a short film is a lot of work. You can just have an idea. You got to find your cameraman, what kind of lighting you have, what audio do you have set up, the times to coordinate everybody together. As you know, can be kind of cumbersome, even for a short film. So some of them have really great production quality. Some are very minimal production quality, but still they finished their art, and now it's shown on the big screen, whether it's from beautiful Yamhill County or from Iran, Mexico, Germany.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Apparently you get international submittals for this?
Yes, we do, yes.
Wow.
It's quite impressive, the variety we get. But there's a double-edged sword with that. We have lots of entries that we can't use. So we put the guidelines on, but still somebody's like, oh, it's a film festival. And there's companies or people who just dump them out, whether they fit those guidelines. So sifting through all of those 600 plus is quite the ordeal. Thank goodness we have a great film-loving team that helps us out every year with that. And then we have a judging panel to figure out who gets first, second, and third. And we have different categories. We have 17 and younger, and we have 18 and older.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you were saying earlier you get upwards of, what, a couple hundred?
We had over 600 this year.
Good grief.
Right. That's a lot of sifting through.
That's a lot of sifting through. And if are there some films that are automatically disqualified because it says, okay, it's 22 minutes long?
Well, we have had some in the past that were 30 minutes long. The rules state you can have 2 submissions. So they split it up into a part 1 and a part 2. And it worked out quite well because the first part was appealing enough to where if that was judged in a sci-fi film on its own, as a short film, would have counted towards our general audience and our guidelines.
Now, science fiction, which is near and dear to my heart, often includes special effects.
Yeah.
As opposed to perhaps a regular film festival, which may have no special effects. So special effects must be one of the a very common thread in the films that you see. You
know, it's funny, year to year you see the different editing equipment that you can purchase. And so this year we saw a lot of that spiral effect that happens on, what is that, that Marvel superhero, I'm sorry, Doctor Strange, and how the effect goes around. So a lot of videos use that new effect. Maybe that is a new thing that came out. But I like practical effects myself. I mean, they take more effort. They look better on the screen. However, if you're going with Star Wars or something and you need a lightsaber, sometimes those effects come in handy.
Right. I mean, how many films have we seen where it's just CGI'd to death, and you don't know what the story is because you're being hit in the face with all this CGI special effects. And that's all well and good, but sometimes you lose the story in the process.
This is true sometimes. Sometimes we have a lot of entries that are all just computer generated. We have some that are all animated, you know, cartoon hand drawing drafts sometimes, just an idea of the story told.
I'm thinking back to a submittal to the regular short film festival. I want to say Christian Bergman did it. It was a claymation film in outer space.
Oh, cool.
And where it was an interstellar plumber who's basically cleaning men's rooms out in outer space, and it was great. I think it must have won. I think it won some award. I forget now, but it was a lot of fun. So I was thinking, have you ever gotten a claymation entry that you could
We've had
of?
some stop motion things, yeah, like bricks, Legos, flowers and sticks and art, but not actual clay. I don't think we've actually seen. I have to go back a few years, but a variety of different productions for
Animation ever show up?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We've had a local filmmaker as well he does comics, and he sells his comics in our store as well, and he's contributed a fun few animated features, or short films, excuse me.
But most are with human actors being humans, most of the stories that you see.
Yeah, the majority of them are actual footage, whether it's your mom and pop in the backyard or a major production somebody put together with their friends or whoever.
So again, we're talking to Martin
of the video store here in town.
Martin Solano is here with the local video store. We're talking about the Sci-Fi Short Film Festival that's going to be dovetailed into the UFO Festival, which is coming up on May 13th and 14th, right here in McMinnville. And let's review again. I want to make sure we get this right for all of our viewers to take note. It's Friday and Saturday night. Is it during the day too? I mean, are we running this festival throughout the day?
Yes, we try to make it a day event. So whether there'll be movies from 3rd Street playing in between our shows at sometime during the day, 13th and 14th, you can check the schedule when they will be shown. You can come in. However, if you don't want to come into the theater or you can't make it to the UFO festival, we are showing a lot more films online. We did it the last couple of years we did online due to COVID, and we couldn't be in the theater. So now we're bringing the entertainment back into the theater as well as the online experience. Thanks to Jessie from the video store, who coordinates and produces all of that. She was able to make this work online as well as editing together the show for the theater. It's quite the task she has. So thankful for her.
Well, that's certainly happy news that we're now getting to the point again where we can convene in a theater and watch things as a group versus watching it remotely for the last couple of years during this pandemic that we've been having. Well, it was great to meet you. I really appreciate you coming in today, Martin, and telling us about the Sci-Fi Short Film Festival.
Thank you.
I certainly plan to attend.
Yeah.
Is it running during? It's not running. Well, it probably would be running during the parade.
We take a break for the parade, and we let everybody know that the parade's going to happen, and we all go outside. I watch the parade go by every year, so
excellent.
Yes, we make time for the parade.
I got to work in the parade, okay? So I can't. I got to wait until after.
We're in the parade for the first time this year.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, well, I could go on and on about some of the great entries we've had in the parade. In the last few
this
years.
was some fun, crazy stuff. For
Remind me to tell you about Santa Claus Conquers the Martians sometime. Yeah, that's a good one. But I digress. Again, Martin, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm looking forward to the film festival. I'll be down there. You can count on me being in the audience with a beverage and a bag of popcorn. So again, you'll want to definitely be sure to attend the McMinnville Sci-Fi Short Film Festival during the UFO Festival. Well, thanks again.
Thank you, Arts Alive.
Yeah.
For the contribution to the community, arts. It's beautiful. Thanks for having me.
You bet. It's a pleasure having you. Well, till next time, I'll see you at the theater.